ski trip takes a lot of work and it's probably going to cost more than you think. But once you're there, it's worth it. Here are 10 things to consider when planning a Colorado ski or snowboarding trip. Number 1, why Colorado? It's accessible. There's Denver International Airport, which is the 5th busiest airport in the United States, so you have a lot of different flight options, and there are 10 ski resorts within a 3-hour driving distance of the airport. It's not as accessible as Utah, but it's close. There is every level and type of terrain in Colorado, so you can choose what type of ski resort you want to go to depending on your ability. Anywhere from easy groomer runs top to bottom to heli skiing and advanced couloirs. The snow to rain ratio here is about 15 inches of snow to 1 inch of rain. So if you get a good storm, you have blow or pow and face shots. Number 2, where are the resorts? Colorado mountains can be separated into 3 areas. The northern mountains are along Interstate 70 and north. This area has most of the major ski resorts and are day trippable from Denver, meaning they are popular and can be very crowded. Central mountains are south of I-70 and north of US 50. These are harder to get to, meaning longer driving and typically less crowded. Southwest mountains are the San Juans. These are the highest and steepest in Colorado. These resorts are lesser known, have a better mountain vibe. You can long road trip from Denver or fly to Montrose or Durango and then drive. Number 3, when to visit. Ski resorts in Colorado are open November to early April, and if it's a good snow year, it extends into May or June for certain resorts. The average snowfall per year for the past 10 years is around 260 inches. On a good year, up to 300 inches, around 220 inches in a bad year. In November and early December, you're typically riding on man-made snow on limited runs. So even though everyone is hyped for the season, it's really not that great, and you're probably hitting some rocks along the way. The full terrain on the mountain typically doesn't open until late December or early January, when resorts receive about 100 inches. The snow is the best mid-January through March, and then you have spring skiing in April. The expensive, high-demand times are when people have extra vacation days. So Christmas to New Year's, Martin Luther King, President's Day, and then spring break. Lower demand times, yet still really good skiing, are between New Year's and MLK, end of January to President's Day, and end of February to early March. That's 5 solid weeks for finding good deals, and it's really supply and demand pricing. Number 4, costs. From our experience, the cost of a Colorado ski trip is around $500 per person per day. So the average for a 7-day ski trip is around $7,000 for 2 people. The largest cost is lodging at 40%. Transportation is 15%, lift tickets at 20%, gear rental 15%, and last is food at 10%. But lodging and transportation prices really fluctuate day to day. A visit during a peak holiday, you're going to end up paying thousands of dollars more than if you try to aim for one of these lower demand weeks. Just because you save a vacation day or the kids are off of school doesn't necessarily mean it's a good deal. Number 5, lift tickets. This is going to help you decide where to go. In the United States and Colorado, many ski resorts have consolidated, meaning you can get one ticket pass, and that'll cover multiple ski resorts. The 2 main passes are Epic Pass and Icon Pass. Passes go on sale starting in April at the end of the previous year, and then they progressively go up in price toward December or the start of the season. The price difference between buying at the end of April and December is about $300 to $400, so if you know where you're going to go, you can buy your passes early and save some money. Epic Pass ranges from a 1-day ticket up to the unlimited no blackouts pass. If you're only going for 1 week, 7 days, think about the day pass tickets. That's probably going to save you the most money. Icon Pass ranges from a 4-day pass up to the unlimited pass. If you're only going for a week, think about getting the base pass. There are discounts for students, kids, and military, and be sure to check out which resorts are included and if there are blackout dates on your passes. These passes also provide discounts on food, lodging, and rentals, so everywhere you go, make sure you ask, is there a discount for my pass? Epic Pass has 6 Colorado ski resorts. 4 resorts in the north, Keystone, Breck, Vail, and Beaver Creek. Crested Butte is central, and Telluride is in the southwest. Icon Pass also has 6 resorts in Colorado. 5 resorts in the north, Copper, Winter Park, A-Basin, Eldora, and Steamboat. Aspen is central. There is another pass called Mountain Collective, but it only has Aspen and A-Basin on it, and it's only 2 to 3 days plus half off additional days. Check it out and see if it's worth what you want to do. We have used it for Aspen in the past, and it's worked well for us. For all the other independent ski resorts, you can buy the tickets online at the specific ski resort website, and you can usually find some discount deals for bundling multiple tickets. Number 6, trip ideas. For Epic Pass, the main trip is to fly to Denver, and then you get some type of rental car or shuttle, and then you drive to the mountains, and you can visit all 4 of the resorts, which are really close together. You can stay in a central town like Silverthorne or Frisco, and then you can drive to the resorts from your hotel each day. Those resorts are pretty big, so you can also spend just 1 week at one of the resorts if you really wanted to stay at one location. If you're looking to ride at Vail, you can also fly to the regional Eagleville Airport and then take the 30-minute shuttle ride. The other Epic Pass trip is Telluride. So you can fly to Montrose and take a car or shuttle for an hour and a half to the resort, and you can pretty much stay there all week long. For Icon Pass, the main trip would be fly to Denver, and then you drive to Winter Park, Copper, and A Basin. So you would stay a few days at Winter Park, and you drive over the pass, spend a few days at Copper and A Basin, then drive back to the airport. Another idea is to go to Steamboat and spend the whole week at Steamboat, or really you can combine and kind of mix and match. So you can drive to Winter Park, spend a few days, and then drive up to Steamboat, or you could drive to Copper, spend a few days, and drive up to Steamboat. The other Icon Pass trip would be to fly to Aspen or drive there, and then spend all week there exploring the 4 different Aspen mountains. For independent resorts in Colorado, one idea is to fly to Durango, and then you can visit Wolf Creek, Purgatory, and Silverton, drive through all those 3, and then fly back. Number 7, transportation. You're likely flying to Denver International Airport. Southwest is a major carrier, and then you get your bags checked for free. We recommend using air tags to track luggage. The oversized bags at DIA come out on this fun spinning ball thing, and everyone's standing there hoping that their luggage comes out. I also like using kayak.com for comparing all the different flight options. We have JetBlue, Delta, American, United. If you're going to some of these outer resorts like Steamboat, Vail, Aspen, note that airports like Aspen are notorious for delays and cancellations, so we recommend some flight insurance. We use and recommend BHTP to insure flights, baggage, and trip costs. Most major rental car companies are at Denver International Airport. The rental cars are a shuttle bus drive away from the airport, so factor that time in. We recommend a 4-wheel drive vehicle with all-weather tires or winter tires if they offer it. Note that parking at the ski resorts can be up to $50 per day for parking, but others like Keystone are free. The alternative to renting a car is a bus. One option is the Snow Staying bus from Union Station in Denver. So you would take the train from the airport to Union Station, leaves every 30 minutes and costs about $10.50, and then you would catch the bus from Union Station. There are 5 ski resorts that the bus staying goes to, and they are about $25 round trip per person, or $40 if you're trying to get to Steamboat. Alternatively, there are shuttles like the Epic Mountain Express, which go from the airport directly to a hotel or resort of your choice. That's a good option if you want to go directly to one ski resort and kind of stay there and not hop around to all these different resorts. Epic Pass holders get a 20% discount on that, and the round trip is about $175. Be prepared for mountain driving. Whatever Google Maps says for time, add at least an hour. If it's snowing, add at least 2 hours. Expect major traffic on Interstate 70 to and from the resorts on weekends. It starts around 5 a.m. and it'll go all through the day. Keep this in mind when you're trying to get back to the airport. It's going to take longer than you think. It's worth paying for the tolls in the express lanes if they're open. Check the Colorado Transportation website CDOT for delays and updates. Slow down on steep declines. Watch for slow trucks. Winter driving in the mountains is no joke, so be prepared. Have a full tank of gas, snacks, warm clothes, and any other supplies in case the road closes. Number 8, lodging. The most expensive will be ski in, ski out at the base of the resort. Epic and Icon Pass holders get 20% off certain lodging, but those are typically the more expensive ones at the base of the mountain. If you don't mind driving 20 minutes to the mountain every morning, there are central locations like Frisco and Silverthorne that have plenty of lodging options. There have been more hotels being built in these areas in the past few years, so that definitely helps. The hotels that have been there for many years are pretty dated and worn out. There are plenty of Airbnb or VRBO options in the area as well. It really depends on how close to the resort you want to be and how much you want to spend. If you want to ride at Vail, you can stay at the base in like the Sebastian or Four Seasons. That's going to be way more expensive than being over the pass at the Silver Inn. However, the pass could close if it's snowing. Other resorts like Steamboat, you can stay at the base village, or you can take the shuttle bus into town and you can find some better pricing. Aspen is always expensive, but you can drive 30 to 40 minutes down valley and typically find some better pricing. For smaller independent resorts, they might not have a base area with lodging, so you typically can find good pricing at the nearest town, wherever that might be. And finally, if you want to go full adventure, you can rent a heated van in Denver and then use that to chase powder around all the different resorts. Number 9, renting gear. Renting gear is always a pain. If you have Epic Pass, consider Epic Mountain Rentals, where you can get a 20% discount. There are convenient locations near the Epic Mountains, and they can do delivery to a hotel. If you have Icon Pass, consider Christie Sports. There's several different locations in the most popular areas. Several places also do demo rentals, so if you're thinking of buying, this is a good option to try before you buy. You can try several different options, and then the price for renting typically goes toward buying at the end. Number 10, other. Always wear sunscreen. Colorado is very sunny, and if you don't wear sunscreen, you're gonna get a burn on your face that'll turn into a goggle tan, and then everyone will make fun of you. Altitude. If you're a flatlander, be prepared for the altitude. Some resorts like Steamboat are relatively low elevation at the base, like 6,900 feet, but others like Breckenridge are 9,600 feet. Then the top of the mountain is 11,000 to 12,000 feet. So that's a big swing in elevation if you're not used to it. So drink plenty of water, then drink some more water, eat carbs, take Tylenol or Advil, and then if you really need it, lots of stores sell bottled oxygen. Altitude sickness is a real thing, so be prepared. When you first get there, walking up a flight of stairs might make you winded, but after a few days you'll acclimate and then it'll be better. Best terrain parks: Copper, Winter Park, and Snowmass. Best tree skiing: Steamboat, Vail, and Breck. Best bowls: Copperback Bowls, Vailback Bowls, and Keystone. Best Hike 2 terrain: Aspen Highlands, Telluride, and Silverton. Alright, this has been a long video. I hope some people got some information out of it. Put any comment you want and we'll try to get it answered for you. Always remember to wear your helmet, wear sunscreen, and we will see you at the next mountain.